You used at least 20 American inventions before you even left your house this morning: the zipper on your jacket, the light switch on your wall, the toilet you flushed, the traffic light you stopped at. You didn't notice them because they work so well you forgot they had to be invented at all. Someone had to look at a stubborn problem and decide it could be solved better. Someone had to build it, test it, fail, try again, and convince the world it was worth using. Here are 31 things you use every single day that were invented in America. Number 1. Post-it notes. A sticky note seems almost too simple to be a major invention, but that is part of its brilliance. The story begins with an adhesive that was considered a mistake. It stuck, but not permanently. Instead of throwing the idea away, people kept looking for a job it could do. Eventually, it became the perfect solution for a common problem, leaving reminders without damaging surfaces and moving those reminders as plans change. The result was the small square of paper that reshaped how offices, classrooms, and homes organize information. Shopping lists, phone messages, labels, bookmarks, quick reminders on a calendar, a note on the fridge. Post-it notes did not just add a product to the world. They introduced a habit, temporary organization that is easy, flexible, and forgiving. Number 2. Transparent tape. Transparent tape is one of those tools you only think about when it is missing. You reach for it to wrap gifts, seal packages, repair torn paper, label a cable, hold something in place while glue dries, or make a quick fix before guests arrive. The modern role of clear, pressure-sensitive tape became practical through American industrial development in the early 20th century, especially the combination of a reliable adhesive and a clear backing that made it useful without hiding what it covered. Tape is not one grand invention. It is 1,000 small rescues. It prevents waste by keeping objects in service. It saves time, and it quietly supports modern life in homes, schools, shipping, and offices. Number 3. The zipper. Before the zipper, fasteners were slower and often more fragile. Buttons, hooks, laces, pins. Zipper-like ideas were patented in America in the 19th century, and the version people trust today was refined in the early 20th century into a smooth, reliable mechanism. Once it proved itself, the zipper spread everywhere. Jackets, jeans, boots, backpacks, suitcases, tents, sleeping bags, pillow covers, and countless industrial uses. A zipper does something that feels almost magical when it works well. It closes an opening quickly and securely with one motion. It also changed expectations. After people grew accustomed to zippers, many other fasteners began to feel outdated. That is a hallmark of a true everyday invention. It becomes the new normal. Number 4. The Adhesive Bandage. The Adhesive Bandage is a complete first aid solution in miniature. A sterile pad to cover the wound and an adhesive strip to hold it in place, ready in seconds. A widely told American origin story begins with a practical need at home, when a convenient and more secure bandage was assembled for small kitchen cuts and scrapes. Once mass-produced, the adhesive bandage became a household standard and a symbol of everyday readiness. You find them in kitchen drawers, purses, glove compartments, school nurse offices, and travel kits. Their impact is easy to overlook. Fewer exposed wounds, less mess, reduced risk of infection, and a quicker return to daily tasks. It is the kind of invention that proves its value in moments too small to make the news. Number 5. Cotton Swabs. Cotton swabs are small, inexpensive, and surprisingly versatile. People use them for hygiene routines, applying ointment, removing makeup, cleaning tight corners, detailing electronics, and countless other delicate jobs where a fingertip is too large. The familiar mass-produced cotton-tip swab is strongly associated with American manufacturing in the early 20th century, when the idea was standardized into a clean, consistent, widely available product. It is easy to forget how much modern life depends on inexpensive, standardized items like this. Cotton swabs are not exciting, but they solve a real problem: how to apply or clean something precisely without making a bigger mess. They are a reminder that convenience is often built from very small tools. Number 6. The flat-bottom paper bag. A flat-bottom paper bag seems obvious now, but it was a serious improvement in packaging. A bag that stands upright is easier to fill, stack, and carry. In the 19th century, American inventor Margaret Knight designed a machine that could produce paper bags with flat bottoms at scale, helping stores move from awkward wrapping and unstable bags to something more reliable. This mattered as retail changed. As grocery shopping grew more organized and stores carried more items, packaging had to keep up. Today, paper bags are everywhere. Lunches, takeout meals, bakery items, small shopping trips. They are cheap, familiar, and still remarkably useful. The flat bottom is not just a shape. It is stability, and stability is what makes daily routines run smoothly. Number 7. The Disposable Paper Cup. The disposable paper cup became popular not just for convenience, but for public health. At a time when shared cups at public fountains and workplaces were recognized as a way disease could spread, the single-use cup offered a cleaner alternative. American companies helped standardize and popularize paper cups in the early 20th century, and they became part of daily life. Water in waiting rooms, coffee on the road, soft drinks at events, and quick service in busy places. A disposable cup seems ordinary, but it made modern grab-and-go life possible in countless settings. It also changed expectations. People began to assume a clean, personal drinking vessel would be available anywhere, even when there was no sink nearby. Number 8. Toilet paper on a perforated roll. Toilet paper existed in different forms before the modern era, but the perforated roll is the everyday breakthrough that truly matters. American patents in the 19th century helped popularize the idea of a roll designed to tear cleanly into sheets. The roll made storage and dispensing easier. The perforations reduced waste and made the product faster and more convenient to use. It is not a dramatic invention, but it is one of the most universal daily necessities in modern homes. If you want to understand how invention can disappear into routine, consider this. The roll is so normal that people rarely imagine alternatives, and yet it had to be designed, manufactured, and adopted like anything else. Number 9. Facial tissues. Facial tissues did not become a daily habit by accident. They became common through large-scale American manufacturing in the early 20th century, when disposable tissues were boxed for convenience and marketed for personal care. Over time, they became linked to colds, allergies, and everyday hygiene. Sneezing, wiping, cleaning small spills, removing makeup, or offering someone a tissue at the right moment. The invention is not soft paper by itself. It is the system. Soft disposable tissues made consistently, packaged for easy access, distributed widely enough that they became a household expectation. In many homes, a box sits in the same place for years, replaced without thought, because the routine has become automatic. Number 10. Duct tape. Duct tape is the tool people reach for when they need a fix immediately. A well-known American origin story ties it to the Second World War era, when strong, water-resistant tape was developed for demanding practical use, and then found its way into civilian life. Today it seals, patches, bundles, labels, and holds things together in emergencies. It is not always the best long-term solution, but it is often the fastest way to keep life moving. That is why duct tape has become part of modern culture. It represents a certain practical mindset, not perfection but function, not delay but action. In everyday life, a repair that works right now can be the difference between a small inconvenience and a ruined day. Number 11. Super glue. Super glue feels like a small miracle. A drop, a press, and suddenly two surfaces bond. It emerged from mid-20th century American research and became famous for strong, fast adhesion. Its impact is visible in the small repairs that keep objects from being thrown away. A broken toy, a cracked plastic piece, a loose trim, a snapped handle. Super glue does not just save money. It reduces waste and gives ordinary people a simple tool to extend the life of everyday possessions. It is also an example of how invention often comes from unintended discovery. Many breakthroughs in chemistry appear while scientists are pursuing something else. The genius is recognizing the new product hiding inside the experiment. Number 12. The Aerosol Spray Can. Aerosol spray can sit quietly in bathrooms, kitchens, and garages. Deodorant, hairspray, cooking spray, cleaning products, and spray paint. Modern aerosol systems were developed and refined in America in the 20th century, including key improvements that made valves and nozzles reliable and convenient for everyday users. The everyday advantage is speed and uniformity. Spraying creates an even coat without brushes, spills, or extra tools. But the deeper invention is the delivery system, a sealed container, controlled pressure, and a valve that turns liquid into mist on demand. Once that system became dependable, it changed product design across industries. It is not just that people started using spray cans. It is that companies began packaging everyday products around the expectation of spraying. Number 13. The microwave oven. The microwave oven changed the rhythm of home cooking. Its origins connect to American research related to radar, when it was observed that microwave energy could heat food. Early microwave machines were large and expensive, but as designs improved, they became smaller, safer, and more affordable, eventually moving into ordinary kitchens. Today, the microwave is used for reheating leftovers, warming beverages, defrosting ingredients, and making quick meals possible for busy households. It has shaped daily habits. Leftovers became more convenient, lunch became faster, and cooking schedules became more flexible. The microwave is also a reminder that many kitchen inventions begin somewhere else entirely. The path from military and industrial technology to family dinner can be surprisingly short. Number 14. Modern air conditioning. Modern air conditioning did more than cool rooms. It reshaped architecture, workplace expectations, and the geography of comfortable living. A key milestone came from early 20th century American engineering aimed at controlling humidity and temperature for industrial environments, then expanding into comfort cooling for public spaces and homes. The impact is hard to exaggerate. Air conditioning protects health during heat waves, helps preserve food and medicine, reduces humidity damage, and makes work safer and more productive in hot climates. In many regions, it is now built into daily life so completely that people only notice it when it fails. That is the mark of an infrastructure invention. Once adopted, it becomes part of the background conditions of modern living. Number 15. The Automatic Dishwasher. Washing dishes by hand is ancient. A reliable automatic dishwasher is not. A practical early design is strongly associated with American inventor Josephine Cochrane in the late 19th century, motivated by a simple frustration: washing dishes efficiently without damaging them. Over time, dishwashers evolved into the machines many families now rely on daily. The everyday value is not only clean plates. It is time saved after meals, less physical strain on hands and backs, and a smoother household routine. Dishwashers also illustrate a broader theme. Some inventions are not about luxury. They are about labor. They reduce repetitive work, freeing hours that can be spent on rest, family, or anything else. That is a genuine change in quality of life. Number 16. The garbage disposal. In many kitchens, the sink is paired with a garbage disposal that grinds certain food scraps so they can be flushed away with water. Early household disposal systems became established through American development and commercialization in the 20th century. The daily benefit is convenience, less smelly trash, fewer dripping scraps in the bin, and faster cleanup. This is also a good example of how everyday inventions depend on local systems. A garbage disposal's usefulness depends on plumbing, municipal rules, and environmental considerations. But where it is common, people treat it like a normal part of the kitchen, almost like a faucet. It becomes one more small tool that reduces friction in daily life, especially after busy meals. Number 17. The safety razor. Before safety razors, shaving often required a straight razor, time, and skill. The safety razor with replaceable blades, popularized in America in the early 20th century, made shaving easier and safer at home. That changed grooming routines for millions of people. It reduced the intimidation factor of shaving, shortened the time needed, and made the process more consistent. It also created a new pattern of everyday consumption, a durable handle paired with blades meant to be replaced regularly. Whether you shave daily, weekly, or only occasionally, the safety razor helped turn grooming into a manageable routine rather than a specialized craft. It is a reminder that convenience is often about making a task safe enough for ordinary people to do quickly. Number 18. The windshield wiper. Driving would be far more dangerous without windshield wipers. Rain, snow, and road spray can turn a windshield into a blur in seconds. In 1903, American inventor Mary Anderson patented a windshield cleaning device that could be operated from inside the vehicle, allowing drivers to restore visibility without stopping. Later improvements made wipers automatic, faster, and more durable, but the essential idea remains the same. Clear the glass, keep the driver seeing, keep the road safer. Windshield wipers are so common that they disappear into the car's design, but they are a daily safety invention. In many places, they are used so often that the sound of wipers on glass becomes one of the background rhythms of modern life. Number 19. The modern traffic signal. When cities filled with cars, intersections needed an organized language to prevent collisions and confusion. Early traffic controls existed in different forms, but a key American invention story involves Garrett Morgan, who patented a traffic signal design in the 1920s that included a caution phase. Over time, traffic control evolved into the familiar three-color system that is now understood worldwide. This is not just a device. It is a shared agreement expressed in light, stop, go, and the warning in between that prevents accidents. Every commute depends on that agreement. Traffic signals make modern city life possible at scale because they allow thousands of strangers to coordinate safely without speaking or even making eye contact. Number 20. The shopping cart. The shopping cart changed shopping from what you can carry to what you can manage. In the 1930s, an American inventor and businessman developed an early cart design to make grocery shopping easier and encourage larger purchases. The cart did more than help customers. It reshaped stores themselves: wider aisles, larger displays, bigger weekly trips, and a more self-service style of shopping. Today, shopping carts are everywhere, from supermarkets to hardware stores, and even warehouses and garden centers. Their impact is so quiet that most people only notice them when a wheel squeaks. But they are one of the inventions that helped create modern retail as we know it. Large stores built around the assumption that customers can move a week's worth of goods at once. Number 21. Pre-sliced bread. There is a reason the phrase, "the best thing since sliced bread," became part of everyday speech. Pre-sliced bread truly changed daily habits. An American inventor developed a practical bread slicing machine in the 1920s, allowing bakeries to sell uniform slices that were ready for sandwiches and toast. This did not create a new food, but it created a new expectation: speed and consistency. Sandwich making became faster. Lunch preparation became simpler. Toast became predictable, slice after slice. It also influenced other products, from sandwich meats to packaging and storage. Sliced bread is an example of an invention that reshaped daily life through time saved in tiny increments, repeated millions of times across kitchens. Number 22. The flexible drinking straw. A drinking straw is a small object, but the bendable straw changed comfort and accessibility. In the 1930s, an American inventor is credited with creating a straw that could bend through a corrugated section, making it easier to drink without tipping the cup. That improvement mattered in ordinary situations, like riding in a car, and in medical settings, where patients may need to drink while lying down. The flexible straw spread quickly because it solved a simple problem in a practical way. It is also a reminder that, every day, inventions often focus on dignity and ease, letting people drink comfortably, reducing spills and making routines smoother for children, older adults, and anyone who needs a little help from design. Number 23. The barcode and checkout scanning. The modern checkout line is not powered by speed alone. It is powered by information. Early barcode ideas were developed in America in the mid-20th century, and later systems were standardized so that stores could scan items quickly and accurately. The everyday impact is enormous: faster checkout, fewer pricing errors, better inventory control, and more efficient restocking. Barcodes also changed how stores operate behind the scenes. They turned shelves into data. They help track what sells, what does not, and what needs to be reordered. Every grocery trip you take is supported by this quiet invention, even though most customers never think about it. It is one of the best examples of an everyday system that works so well it becomes invisible. Number 24. The credit card. The credit card is now a daily tool for millions. Buying groceries, paying for fuel, reserving hotels, ordering online, handling emergencies. A major early milestone came from America around the middle of the 20th century, when general-purpose charge cards began to be accepted by multiple businesses. Over time, credit cards became embedded in commerce and travel. Whether you love them or distrust them, they changed the mechanics of daily life: faster payments, less cash handling, new security systems, and new forms of consumer record-keeping. They also changed behavior. A purchase no longer required the physical presence of money, which can make spending feel different. The credit card is not just a payment tool. It is a social invention that rewired how people relate to buying and borrowing. Number 25. The television remote control. The television remote control turned entertainment into something you could manage from your seat. American companies developed and popularized remote controls in the mid-20th century, and the idea quickly became standard. The change seems small, but it reshaped viewing habits. When changing channels became effortless, people began to browse more and commit less. Television became more like a menu and less like an event. Over time, the remote also expanded what people expect from technology: pause, rewind, fast forward, select, search. In many homes, the remote is one of the most frequently handled objects, sometimes passed between family members like a kind of household authority. It is a reminder that convenience inventions can subtly change behavior and even family routines. Number 26. The computer mouse. Even in a world of touchscreens, many people still use a mouse every day at work. The mouse is strongly associated with American researcher Douglas Engelbart and his team in the 1960s, created as part of a larger vision for interactive computing. The idea was simple but revolutionary. Move your hand, move a pointer on the screen, select and manipulate information directly. That made computers more approachable because it matched how people naturally point and choose. The mouse helped shift computers from specialist machines toward everyday tools. For decades, it was the bridge between hand movement and digital action, enabling office work, design, education, and home computing. It is one of those inventions that quietly shaped modern life by making a complex machine feel usable. Number 27. Touchtone dialing. If you have ever pressed a number to reach a department, confirm an appointment, or navigate a phone menu, you have used touchtone signaling. It was developed in America in the early 1960s as a faster, more reliable alternative to rotary dialing. Beyond speed, touchtone dialing enabled automation. Machines could hear the tones and respond, making possible many systems that became normal: automated customer service menus, remote banking by phone, appointment confirmations, and countless other services. Even today, those tones are still recognized across phone networks. Touchtone dialing is a perfect example of a background invention. It works quietly, it rarely gets attention, but it continues to support daily communication for people who still rely on standard phone calls. Number 28. Digital image sensors. Modern life is filled with images: family photos, work documents, receipts, video calls, security cameras, and medical imaging. A crucial building block is the digital image sensor. A key milestone came from American laboratory development in the late 1960s that made electronic imaging practical and helped pave the way for digital cameras and eventually camera phones. The everyday miracle is that your phone can capture light, convert it into data, and store it instantly. That capability has changed behavior in countless ways: how people record memories, share news, document repairs, scan paperwork, and even verify identities. Digital image sensors did not just improve photography. They turned images into information, and once images became information, they became part of everyday communication. Number 29. The Global Positioning System. A few decades ago, getting lost was an ordinary part of travel. Today, many people navigate without paper maps. The Global Positioning System began as an American government project designed for precise navigation and later became widely available for civilian use. Now it guides drivers, delivery vehicles, aircraft, ships, and most smartphones. The daily impact goes beyond directions. It supports package tracking, ride services, location sharing with family members, and even timing functions that help keep many modern networks in sync. The everyday benefit is simple: fewer wrong turns, less stress, and a better ability to plan time. Once people get used to accurate navigation in their pocket, it becomes hard to imagine going back. Number 30. Nylon. Nylon is a material you likely touch every day without noticing. Developed in America in the 1930s, nylon became one of the most important synthetic fibers in modern life. It appears in clothing and socks, toothbrush bristles, backpacks, luggage, ropes, sports equipment, and countless household textiles. Nylon mattered because it was strong, flexible, and mass-producible, offering a reliable alternative to many natural fibers. It also helped launch the broader age of modern synthetics, changing what products could be made from and how long they could last. Nylon is a reminder that inventions are not always devices you can point to. Sometimes the invention is a material, and once that material exists, thousands of new everyday products become possible. Number 31. The Household Smoke Detector. Many homes now have smoke detectors as a basic safety standard. Practical household smoke detectors became widely developed and adopted through 20th century American innovation and commercialization, bringing early warning into ordinary residences. The value of a smoke detector is not something you feel every day. You feel it when it prevents a disaster. A smoke detector catches danger at the stage when there is still time. Time to wake up, time to leave, time to call for help. It is one of the best examples of an everyday invention that proves its worth by being quiet, boring, and reliable. It stands guard in the background, turning a simple alert into saved property, saved health, and sometimes saved lives. If you listen closely, this list has a theme. Many of the most powerful inventions are not the ones that look impressive. They are the ones that remove friction from daily life. A faster way to close a jacket, a safer way to drive in the rain, a cleaner way to handle a small cut, a simpler way to buy groceries, a quicker way to heat lunch, a warning system that buys you time when it matters most. The next time you peel a sticky note, scan an item at checkout, turn on the air conditioning, or zip a bag shut, you are touching history. Not the grand history of monuments and speeches, but the practical history of ordinary problems solved well. And perhaps the clearest sign that these inventions succeeded is that we rarely think about them. They have become so normal that they disappear into routine. That is what it looks like when an invention truly changes the world. It becomes part of everyday life.